everybody. Welcome back. Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. We're going to roll over to Mount Pleasant, and the Kit Hartsfield era of Mount Pleasant begins tonight on Inside the Headset as we welcome him to the airwaves. How you doing, Coach Hartsfield?
Doing good, Stuart. Doing good. Glad to be back home.
Well, it's good to hear your voice. I was talking to Coach Creasy today. We was looking at your schedule and I said, well, how's Kit going to do over there? He said, Kit's going to have a good football team. Kit's going to be competitive. So let's talk about how you've been doing and how has the prep season gone for you this two-a-days or whatever you want to call it, the beginning of it. How's it gone for you?
Oh, it's gone really well. The kids have been really receptive. Worked really hard all off season. They have a hunger and drive, and they want to be successful. So, anytime you get a group of kids together that want the same thing, good things start happening. We had a lot to learn, and we still do. But I'm happy with how they've progressed, and just kind of been there for each other and pushed one another.
Well, you roll into Mount Pleasant, and what's the first thing as a head coach, and not to beat up on the past coach, but just let's talk about what Kit needed to get done, or what was some of the first things you look around and say, well, we got to get that, and I don't like that, and this has got to change, and the Kit does it this way, and the reason why is this, but talk a little bit about some of the changes. Maybe the kids are like, okay, this is different, or this is the way so and so did it.
Yeah, well, the first thing I had to find the best local restaurant
Okay,
uh,
that is for.
close to the school.
I'll tell you what. You know what? They just opened up a Mexican place out there by Oakland, and I was going to ask Coach Creasy because he don't have much variety. It's either like Waffle House, Sonic, and I think this Mayalito or something, some new Mexican restaurant he's got over there. But what'd you find for us?
Yeah, he goes to Cracker Barrel most of the time, I'm pretty sure. But Mount Pleasant Grill is right down the road.
Okay,
It's
what do we got?
fantastic.
What do we got in there? What do they got? Just greasy cheeseburgers, pizza. What's their specialty?
Oh, it's all good Southern cooking. Um, they got everything you could want, and there's some places in downtown Columbia, Southern Tray being one of them, Buckets. So I've been pleased in that department. But from a football perspective, we had to start by getting everybody to workouts, early on, and went in the winter, understanding that we started kind of from scratch, and you're expected to be there every day, and then we're expected to be there, on time. And it was baby steps, and
Oh
now
God.
we're kind of to a point we don't have to worry about people showing up to practice and things like that. We went from 35 kids to 50 kids. So we got a bigger roster and only three or four seniors. So, all that takes community support, administration, and a lot of energy and buzz and excitement.
Well, it sounds to me like you got in there and you just said, guys, I don't know how you've been doing it in the past, and not to be, and I don't want to say anything negative to anybody in the way that they run something. Everybody runs things the way they want to. That's not what I'm saying, but you know, whether it be you telling them you got to be here at 7 a.m. for this and this, you got to be here at this time. Football is, or after school extracurricular activities. It's about time management, isn't it, kid? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in the band or on a football team.
Yeah, you learn everything about life that you could possibly need playing team sports, and especially football, from accountability to work ethic and leadership and discipline, and all those things are required to be successful on the field as well. And I just had to paint a picture for them to kind of see, if you want to change the way, change your results, then you got to change the way you do things. And they're hungry, and really respectful group of kids, and they're just a lot of fun to be around.
Well, what kind of quarterback we going to have? Is he a running, throwing quarterback, or what do we got? Is he just mechanical? What we got, Coach?
Yeah, we got two right now that's getting reps. T. Strayhorn is returning starter, and he's a senior, and he's more of a dual threat guy. And we got a sophomore, Nick Brown, who can also be dual threat, but he likes to throw it a little bit more than run. So both bring a lot of different things to the table. And as long as they're both producing, told them they'll both play until it's competition until it's not. So we feel good about both of them though.
Looking at that defensive side of the ball, those guys that got to hit every play, the linebackers and those defensive ends, how those guys look.
Yeah, yeah. We're working on fundamentals and pad leverage and all those things. That you got to do on defense. And Dontavius Ellison's a big nose guard in the middle for us, and Tyler Berry is a senior outside linebacker along with Chris Andrews. So all those guys have really taken on the leadership role, and we got some quickness. I think on defense. Not that big at linebacker, but we can run and play with some violence. We've got some DBs. Jeffrey Williamson and Demarcus Brown are two really good-looking safeties. So we're excited. We're raw and green and getting better every day, but, the potential is definitely there.
East Hickman County comes in. The Eagles, Chris Austin. We got to do to beat these guys. Have you seen a little bit of vid on them?
Absolutely. They are a really good football team. They return almost all their starters. They got about 17 seniors, and they're going to get in there elbow to elbow and grind you out in a single wing offense. Really good quarterback and running backs, and that presents a huge challenge. We're a quick team on defense. We're going to have to be able to answer to their toughness. They kind of take the speed out of it.
Bring us a little bit more into flavor. You're in this region with Cascade, you got Loretto, you got Richland, Summertown, and Forest. Where did East Hickman, fall with these schools? Where were they? Were in the middle of the pack? Are they bottom? Were they bottom feeder? What has been their deal with these teams as far as competing against them?
Yeah, I mean East Hickman is 2A, but they're actually not in our
but
district.
no, I don't want to
They
talk about
play a
them.
lot
I
of
was
the
just
same
talking about your
teams.
I was just talking about your region games. You got
Yeah.
Cascade,
Oh,
Loretto.
they're I think this will be one of the toughest games of the year. Anytime you got 17 seniors at a small school, that presents a problem. You got guys that all they care about is football, and it's their last ride, and they're not really worried about who's recruiting them and scholarships and all that, and they're a year bigger and stronger, so they fit right in with the Forest, who's probably the favorite to win the league. But it's a lot of big linemen, in the district in these classifications that I've noticed.
Wow. So Forest, how's Summertown? I mean, and I'm not trying to get you to say is that a game. Let's just go down it. So Forest last year, Mount Pleasant played Forest last year. Who won that game?
Mount Pleasant did not play Forest, I don't think.
Okay. Did they play Spring Hill?
Not Spring Hill. Played Summertown, and
Okay.
Summertown's
What they do
down
against?
the street 15 minutes.
Okay.
So
How'd
big
that get?
rival.
Yeah. How'd that game go? How'd they go do against
It
Summertown?
was a 1-point game. I think Mount Pleasant missed an extra point or had to go for two or something, and went down to the wire, and they're right down the street. They returned some really
Is that
really
the
good
biggest
talent.
game? Is that the biggest game in the community? This Summertown Mount Pleasant game.
I mean, yeah, for 2A and being right down the street. I
Yeah.
mean, that's going to be probably a really high energy competitive game. We actually play Columbia Central this year. They're
Yeah.
5A. That's in Murray County.
I know
so
them. I know them
that
well.
seems to have some steam on it.
Yep. And then Richland is that's going to be a region game, and you've got some testing there, kid. How's your special teams looking? Then I'll let you go.
Yeah, a lot of good coaches in the district, and special team wise, we feel like we got some good skill guys that can do some things. But we have a returning All-State punter and kicker. I'm not sure if he was All-State kicker or punter, but he's really strong leg. He's just going to be a junior, Jackson Collier. I think he can put it in the end zone on kickoff most of the time and make people start on the 20. So I feel like that's a big advantage there.
Yep. Well, kid, good luck Friday night. We wish you definitely want you to stay injury free, and we will talk to you next week.
Yes, sir, Stork. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. See you later, Coach.